Hi, everybody. All right, now we have people in the audience. We have people in VR. Give a yell, people in VR. We are also in people's hotel rooms. Get your hand out of there, people in hotel rooms. Or dig deeper. Leave 2 inches for God. Now, I still have to pull up the set order. I'm sorry. We have, every time we do one of these VR shows, there is a bit of a technical hiccup that we have to get over. And this was actually connecting to the Gaylord's internet. So here, but hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Failed to Render. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is a VR comedy club. I am now inside the Failed to Render Comedy Club in Alt Space. All right? All right, you guys aren't impressed. All right, fuck you guys. I was told to keep it PG-13, so that's the one F-bomb of the night. Now, we also have comedians from all over the U.S. that are going to be performing for you tonight as a cartoon over on the screen over here. Isn't that exciting? Well, first off, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Tommy Sinbazo. I am a comedian from Baltimore, Maryland. I've been doing it about 15 years, and this year I just bought my first house. Oh my God, yeah, but we had to buy a house. We had to buy a house because our 1-bedroom apartment was infested with mice. There were so many mice. You'd wake up in the middle of the night like, squeak, and like a mouse would come out of your mouth, and it was a little Stuart Little mouse, and it'd be wham, and take off on its little motorcycle. So, so we had to move. Has anyone here ever had to deal with mice? Make some noise, you ever had to deal with mice? And what did you do? How did you get rid of them? Peanut butter. Where did you smear this peanut butter that you were able to Pied Piper these mice out of your house? Because nothing worked for us. We tried kill traps, no kill traps, super kill traps, glue traps. We tried, even Big Daddy Bezos was like, hey, buy this bucket. All the mice are going to get in this bucket. Not a single mouse cared what was in this large bucket, okay? The only thing that worked was called a honey trap. Do you guys know what a honey trap is? You do? What's a honey trap?
It's when you send a lady for somebody.
Yes. So what I did was, like Bugs Bunny, I dressed like a girl mouse and I seduced the mice. And then after I had sex with them, we would smoke a cigarette and they would die in 7 years of lung cancer. Did you know, here's a fun fact, did you know that mice die after they have sex? Yeah, everyone I had sex with did. So, now here's the part where I have to do a disclaimer, because I told that joke once in a high-end apartment complex in Columbia, Maryland, because I'm doing great in my career. And I did that joke, and they actually wrote complaints to the board of directors of the apartment complex saying I was telling bestiality jokes. So here's the part where I have to say, I did not actually have sex with mice, okay? What do you think I did? What do you think? I dressed like Mickey Mouse and I kicked in the bedroom door and I was like, oh boy! And I put on hot dog like, burr, 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 and just gave them all the Mickey Dicky. No! I did not have, my penis is too big to fit in a mouse, ladies, okay? And the worst part about having to live with mice is that you have to hide all your perishables. You can't have dog food in dog food bags. You can't have, I've just realized you guys didn't tell me I was facing the wrong direction. Not a single person was like, who's he talking to? No one said that. God, motherfuckers. I'm wearing that's the second. It's the second F-bomb, I'm sorry. It's MAGFest and I'm inebriated. So the worst part is you have to hide all your perishables, right? You have to put the dog food in bins, all your cereal has to go in bins and stuff, because you don't want to feed the mice. But I was scared because I have diabetes, but it's type 2, which means I did it to myself. I was living too good. And then I got the sugars. They even, Ricky Martin even made that song about it, where he was like, you could lose a foot, living la vida loca. So, any other type 2s in here? Make some noise. Really? Cool. Did you think anyone else was going to woo with you when you did that? No, but so you know, right? The way that our bodies now work is that we can't process sugar, so our kidneys have to process it, and basically means you just pee sugar. Is basically when I use a urinal, it sounds like I'm throwing a handful of nerds at the back of the bowl. And the worst part is now every guy in here, guys, let me talk to you for a minute, okay? Every guy in here knows when we use the bathroom, right? Every single drop goes directly into the toilet bowl, right? We never miss, right? No, you liars. No, we are not snipers. We are artillery, okay? We hear the sound of linoleum, of pee hitting linoleum, and we're like, 3 clicks to the left, okay? You have to make adjustments on the fly. And so I was so scared that the mice were going to, I don't know, sustain themselves on this. That one night I heard a bunch of commotion from my bathroom, and I peeked in, and there was a little mouse wearing a purple suit, followed by 5 little baby mice, and it was singing, "A world of sugar urination." And then this little fat mouse, I fell into the toilet bowl and was drinking my pee, and his mom was like, "Augustus, no!" Are you guys ready for a great show? Now, for those of you in VR, know that I know exactly what the credits of everyone here is, and I'm not looking at my phone to pull those credits up right now. I'm checking, I got some bets going on, and I really want to make sure these bets are doing well. Now in VR, you have to look out the cheat hole. There's just a little cheat hole you can look out of. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, your first comedian of the evening. He's been seen on Jimmy Fallon, and he used to be a writer for Arrested Development. Give it up for Matt Carson!
This is the weirdest experience. So let me just tell you what's going on here. Every time I've done this show, something's gone weird with the tech. And this time, I couldn't see or hear Tommy at all. There was no avatar of him on the stage. It's just for me. The tech worked perfectly for everyone else. So I was just watching you laugh at an empty stage. Like maniacs. Like you've all got some sort of collective delusion going on. Like everyone's just laughing on cue at nothing. And I just had to wait for Kyle over there just to cue me going like, "You're on. He's just introduced you." The only other time I've had anything similar was I did a show in Finland years ago, and the whole show was in Finnish, apart from me. I just had to kind of like wait backstage for one of the other comics to I kept going like, trying to work out from his cadence if I'm being introduced. Like, is this my introduction? And then one of the other guys like, no, he's doing a joke about cabbage or whatever. And then it was like, now go. So it's nice to be talking to you. I have no idea what he just spoke about, but it seemed to go very well. So well done, Tommy. Everyone enjoyed this sort of, I've got like a sort of Sixth Sense gig going on where like you guys can see something I can't. I don't know what's happening. Finland's cool, by the way. I don't know if you've scanned it's amazing. Like that whole part of Europe's astonishing. I saw reindeer on a menu. That's not right. I know, I don't even eat meat. Do you know what it's like to see people in a restaurant in Helsinki eating an animal that you didn't think existed? I thought they were just the magical things that Santa had. I had no idea. I found out on the same day reindeer are real and apparently delicious. Like, what's for dessert? The Tooth Fairy? Leg of Bilbo Baggins? What is this place? Are you... You're ruining my childhood. And like my childhood was awkward. I was an awkward kid. I used to eat meat back in the day. I will say this though. I'll say this as a non-meat eater. The fake meat scientists have gone too far. I know this, like with this audience, there's every chance that some fake meat scientists are watching right now. And if you are, let me tell you, you nailed it a few years ago. You kept going. Now it's weird. There are competing brands of fake meat burger out there. Like, this is so realistic, it bleeds. And that's not what I was missing. Oh, can you get the bleeding back? The one thing I yearn for from my meat-eating days? Can you do that, fake meat scientist? Can you recreate the horrifying mouthfeel of blood with pea protein and beet juice? Can you make a slaughterhouse in my face with your chemical wizardry? Fake meat scientist, can you do that? It's like try these real sex dolls. They cry. They get incredibly upset before, during, and after. They were programmed by the fake meat scientists to be horrifyingly real. Was that all right? Was that on the line? How we doing? How we doing, people watching in the hotel rooms? Are you okay? Did I ruin your evening? I hope not. I hope not. It's oh, exciting stuff. Since I last did this show, I got myself married. I should probably add a ring. Can you add a ring to your hand on this thing? It was recent. I just did it. So, oh, look at those heart emojis going up. Thank you, audience. It's recent enough. Like it was just a couple of months ago. It's like recent enough that I've lost all track of what money is. I don't know. Like if I go into a bar now and the bartender's like, yeah, that cocktail's $90. I'd be like, yeah, that's a fair price for a cocktail. That's what this costs. I think that seems oh, there's an extra charge for the glass? Absolutely. Why would the glass come free? Of course you pay extra for the silverware, crockery. Yeah, that's that. It's just sticker shock after. If anyone's just got recently married, you know it's just like shock after shock. The things that you end up paying for that are just. It's not just plates. Like it's not just the regular plates. You need like a plate for the plate to go on. Every wedding has that. Like if you go to a wedding, you realize there's like a plate. Because they can't just put a plate on the table in between the knife and the fork. All plates have always gone. You need like a guide plate that the plate will go on top of. Yeah. So you know where it goes, and that's an extra charge for the plate. Like if you can't, like at a wedding, basically, if a plate goes directly on a tablecloth, that's disgusting. That's sick. If I go to a wedding now and that happens, I'm like, I'm leaving. We're leaving. You disgust me. Hope you divorce. That's what I'll say to them. This is not a good. You're bad people. Like it's such a racket. It's such a racket. Flowers. Do you know how much flowers are for a wedding? I bought them from the supermarket. They're like $10 a bunch. I figured 5 of those were golden. We're 4 figures. 4 figures for the flower. 3 figures just for bouquet. And she throws it. You are not throwing that. I told her you're not throwing it. Take a photo on an iPad. You can throw that. It's cheaper. We were originally going to get married. We had to postpone it a bunch of times. We were originally going to get married on September 13th, 2020. And we had to postpone it. My family weren't even allowed into America back then on account of their crimes. So, and we pushed it back a year. But by the way, more than one friend relieved we weren't getting married on the 13th anymore. I didn't know I had that in my friend group. I didn't know I associated with that. They were like, yeah, it's the 13th, you know, and every 7 years your anniversary be Friday the 13th. And I was like, yeah, but it's okay because neither of us are 15th century villagers. You know, our lives are not ruled by omens. The movement of the crows do not say if we'll have a bountiful harvest. When we run out of food, we press a thing on our phone and more food comes. That's how we exist here in the 21st century. So then we had to postpone it to September 26th of 2021. And then we had to postpone it again, and we finally did it a couple of months ago on September 11th. And that is genuinely when we did it. That was our date. September 11th is our wedding date. It's our anniversary. The venue was available. The venue was available. The vendors were available. Everything was available. Lights were cheap. Everything was available. Everything was. That's when we. That's when we did it. That's when we got ourselves. We got ourselves hitched. It feels good. It feels good being married now. Like feels very grown. I don't feel properly grown up still. But that's like, you know, I've got a little wedding ring. I'm a nearly adult. I mean, I'm not an adult. I'm sitting in my living room right now with a VR headset talking to computer graphics. But, you know, it's nice to occasionally say my wife. My wife is waiting for me to finish using the living room so she can carry on with her life. You know, my wife is wondering what we're doing right now. Yeah, it feels good. My wife is probably looking at me with disdain. I can't see it right now because I'm wearing a mask, but it's very adult. No, because it feels grown up. Because I was an awkward kid. I was small. I was nerdy. I was unathletic. None of that has to be in the past tense. That's still me. That's still what's going on. I wore glasses because I was long-sighted. I had a lazy eye. Do you know the treatment for a lazy eye? It's a patch.
Mhm.
They put a patch over the other non-lazy eye to make the lazy one not lazy. That's it. That's the best that science has come up with. Like, still to this day, that's still what they do. That's like a Victorian nanny would have invented. Don't help it. Don't help the other eye. It'll never learn. That eye can fend for itself by now. It'll never be able to. Hit the lazy eye. Hit it. Tough love. And your parents try and play it off as a good thing. They're like, oh, look at you, you lucky thing. You get to have an eye patch. That's cool, isn't it? No one else has an eye patch. You're going to be the only one. You're literally the only one. It's always good to look different as a child. The other school children pick the different kid. There's something stuck on their face that no one else has. Oh, you know what you look like? A pirate. Oh, don't attack a scary pirate. You know you look nothing like a pirate. I was 6, not a moron. Pirate's eye patches, black skull and crossbones, bit of elastic. Kids with lazy eye patches are beige, adhesive, and if you're really lucky, they will stick it to the front of your glasses. Like it's not bad enough being the glasses kid, now they're accessorized. This big leftover Band-Aid looking thing. You know the huge Band-Aid that you've never used? The massive one. You know, the one from the variety pack that no one's ever used, because any injury big enough for me to be covered by it. Too severe for a Band-Aid. Who's using that? Like, oh my god, I've been shot. I've been shot. Get the big one. Get the big Band-Aid. Get it off. Find the squinty kid. Rip it off his face. It's a medical emergency. Get 2 squinty kids. One for the exit wound. This is serious. I'm bleeding a lot. Listen, thank you for letting me be part of this bizarre hybrid experiment. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'll be back and take care. Bye.
Keep it going, everybody. I'm over here now. Am I facing the right direction? All right, cool. What if like all the noise was from behind me? No. Where are your pants? Because I have hosted these shows from on the toilet before, so it's totally fine. I'm like, your next comedian. So now, ladies and gentlemen, your next comic is a musician and a comedian. He's been tearing up Austin, Texas. Give it up for Drew Blues.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing tonight in the Metaverse and in real life? Woo! Thank you so much. My name is Drew Blues, and I do come from the great city of San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, man. It's where white people and Mexicanos have lived together in harmony for thousands of years. It's where the yeehaw meets the a la chingada. What is that? Oh, I love San Antonio, man. I love it, man. I grew up with my mom. Any mothers in the audience in real life? Mothers, y'all guys are beautiful. There we go. Y'all guys are strong, man. My mom raised me by herself since I was 3 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Worked 3 jobs just to put food on the table. Yeah, and it worked because my fat ass got bigger than the table. I do love San Antonio, man. I'm not gonna lie. Blues, if you don't know, blues is actually a name that my grandpa gave me. My grandpa actually came from the great city of Chicago. Yeah, man. I grew up with some awesome musicians. I grew up with B.B. King, Ray Charles, Elvis Presley, Muddy Waters, George Thorogood, all these awesome musicians. But I am 28 years old, guys. You know how weird I was growing up? Listening to old 1930 music? Like a 5-year-old's not supposed to hear a guy complain about rent, right? I mean, I don't know. Like literally, I have no idea what girls my age are listening to. I have no idea. Like I thought Cardi B was the reason why we went into a pandemic. That's what I thought. That sounds like it came in strains, guys, right? Like Cartier won't kill you, but Cardi B, woo, that's fatal. We better watch out. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Like, I love dressing up, man. It's one of the best things about it, man. It's all about confidence in yourselves, right, guys? All about confidence, metaverse people, and in real life. The world's full of haters. Haters tell me all the time, oh, Drew, you're fat. You're loud. You'll never be successful. You know what I tell those haters? Thanks, Mom. Love you. Good thing about growing up old school, man, is just like you get to learn a lot of cool stuff, right? I learned a lot. Only thing is, I grew up old school. Like one of my grandpa's pieces of advice. A lot of old people kind of exaggerate. I love my grandpa, but I knew some of the stuff he said wasn't real. He came to the house. I was like, Grandpa, how do I get a girl that I really, really like? This guy came in. He was like, you know how I got your grandma? I pointed at her and I put it at myself and she floated to me. The hell do you do with that? So what did my dumb ass do? I went into the room, but you're not supposed to do this, right? I had to get her away from her friends. I kind of yelled at her name. I was like, Alisa! She was a big girl. I had to try a couple of more times. I don't know. And after 20 minutes, I just literally looked like a gorilla doing sign language. Like it was not computing that she was supposed to float for me. But thank God I did get the number. I really did get that number. You better round of applause that for me. Woo! Woo! Got the number to a special ed office, but I still got a number, right? I still got a number. I literally love dressing up, man. Like one of my favorite places to shop is like thrift stores, especially Goodwill. Oh, any Goodwill fans? Goodwill? Yeah. There's a couple of people. The rest shop expensive. That's cool. Sometimes I don't have enough money to drop on extra large jeans. All right. Like I love Goodwill, right? I absolutely love Goodwill because as a big guy, it's pressure tested for me. Like all the buttons are popped. The shirts are stretched. Like literally, I don't have to put the work in. It's amazing. Woo! Love Goodwill. And I was dating a girl for a little bit, right? But can we be honest with you? She hated that I was shopping at Goodwill. I think Goodwill literally is just legal grave robbing. That's all it is. Like that's all it is. Like there's self-help books. Like either they worked or they didn't, right? I had questions. And I was dating this girl for a while, right? And this girl was like, oh, Drew, you shop at Goodwill? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. It are you too, right? It could be a lot worse. Like I could be shopping at the Salvation Army. Oh, man. You've been to Salvation Army, folks? I know y'all have, man. It's like Goodwill's methed out cousin. That's what the Salvation Army is. It's just depressing. Like I went toy shopping for my cousin, right? I went toy shopping. And it looks the island of misfit toys in there. Like there's like caution tape is not supposed to be a toy, right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Like there was a meth needle in there. There's a Jack in the Box with a cigarette in it. Like I had questions. I was like, what is this? And I'm looking around, right? Like, I really want to shop nice. I'm not finding anything good. I found me one good shirt. One good shirt. But then tell me why I turned it around. Tell me why it had a bullet hole and a blood stain. Ooh. Oh, yeah, a bullet hole and a blood stain. I had questions, right? Because this is a 3X shirt. Like, who's going around killing fat people, right? Yeah, did homie cut in front of you at a buffet? Was this Tony Soprano shirt? Did he die? Like, what is this? Like, I don't know. Then I understand now. Now I get it. See, at Goodwill, you can donate clothes. At the Salvation Army, apparently you can throw away evidence. Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is that? And God bless this girl. Like, she put up with my Goodwill obsession because I actually did love Goodwill. She was like, She's like, you got to shop better, Drew. It's like, because I love wearing cowboy hats. I'm a cowboy hat wearing dude. Like I like wearing cowboy hats, suits, and ties. Like it ain't Yellowstone, right? It's Jellystone. Because I'm not gonna lie, there are 3X shirts. I'm pretty big, all right. You know what? I bought a nice suit, right? Because I was like, wow, this looks very Western. Hey, baby, don't I look good? She's like, you look like broke Johnny Cash. I was like, what? She goes, baby, you look more like Johnny Cashless. I was like, babe, come on. Damn. You know what? I let her take me shopping, right? I let her take me shopping. She took me to Aeropostale.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm a big guy. Big guys, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all guys are chubby here, that's cool. We're avatars. We like to have our dream body. But if you're a big guy, we have no excuse to be going into Aeropostale, man. They have you go in, they looked at me so nasty. Like literally the security guard sees me coming. He gets up, he's like, we got a code XXX7 in the building. You got a code XXX7? Like the vegan girls, the skinny girls were just looking at me with just such disdain. I ain't gonna lie. Like one of them was sharpening up a broccoli stem, just making eye contact with me. And then again, I'm looking around this whole store. I don't know that all the big sizes, if you don't know, they don't want fat people going in there because it's just mainly in the catalog. Like you have to order the extra large sizes online. They don't want you going anywhere in there. Right? And I don't know that. And I get frustrated because I'm looking through the shoe racks, the pant racks, the rack racks. I'm not finding anything extra large. It's not going over. And I get frustrated. I told the cashiers, hey, ma'ams, where the hell's all the extra large sizes, right? And then they disappeared. And they appeared right in front of me holding hands like those weird girls from The Shining.
Oh my goodness.
They're like, sir, we don't have any extra large sizes. And like the other girl finished her sentence. Like, yes, sir. Why don't you take your fat ass to Lane Bryant? I was like, what?
Oh.
Those y'all who are not laughing, Lane Bryant is a big girl store. That's messed up, man. Like, what the hell is that? They kept roasting me, too. That's the thing about it. They kept roasting me. They're like, oh, sir, why don't you try the big and tall store? And then the other girl was like, oh, but Marjorie, he's not tall. I was like, do you have a problem with me right now? I'm tired of rude people, man. I'm tired. Like, I got kicked out of a ride at Fiesta, Texas, man, the other day. Like, ridiculous. It's unsafe of you being on this ride, sir. It's unsafe. I was like, what's unsafe about me being on this ride? And then the girl felt bad, right? She's like, oh, sir, it's safe for you. It's just not safe for your date. Fuck her. I was going to get on this ride. I was like, in protest for that bullcrap, I'm opening up my own amusement park just for fat people. 6 flaps. Where the longest line is just the line for the buffet. Hey, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Drew Blues. Keep amazing, stay amazing. Thank you.
Woo! Keep it going for Drew Blues, everybody. Now, coming to the stage, your next comedian has won South Texas Funniest Comedian Award, and he's about to go overseas to Korea to entertain our troops. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big welcome to Big, not to Big Al. I mean, Jesus, cool. All right, he's running away. All right, cool. All right, instead of Big Al, your next comedian, well, you know what? Your next comedian has a half-hour Comedy Central special that was produced by Kevin Hart. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a, what? Al's good now? What the fuck is happening? This next comic deserves no introduction. Get the fuck up here, Al.
Sorry, guys. For those of you who don't know, hey, Baltimore, how you doing out there in the East Coast? Good to see you all there. And hello, Altspace, everybody in VR.
Not Baltimore.
Maryland. Whatever. It's all the same to me. I'm on the West Coast where it's nice and warm. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, folks. Thank you for coming out here. It's wonderful. I'm sitting in my car on the street in front of a comedy club in Austin, Texas right now. I'm literally sitting out in front of the creek and the cave. So it's wild right now in Austin. Everybody's walking past me, looking at me, wondering what spaceman is this? So even the homeless people are like, don't mess with that guy. He's crazy. I'm kind of bummed out that I gave up drinking because this is I kind of need to be drinking at this moment with everybody around my car being in VR, performing to both live people and also people in VR. I gave up drinking. I gave up drinking because I was making bad decisions. So then I just started smoking legal weed. And then I made no decisions. I used to like drinking. Drinking was fun. I used to love it because of the blackout. You ever woke up this morning from a blackout? It's like playing your own private CSI.
Oh, yeah.
You got to put all the clues you left yourself the night before just so you can figure out, why am I naked with just socks?
Oh.
I am a big guy. I know you can't tell that by my avatar, but in real life, I am a big guy. I am 6 foot, 270 pounds. That is big. I have to be careful. I have to be careful when I travel because I have what they call an at-risk COVID body. I get checked a lot by the doctor. And recently the doctor said, Big Al, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, well, I'll take good news first, doc. He says, well, the good news is your cholesterol's good, blood pressure's good, and you don't have diabetes. I was like, doc, that is amazing. He goes, right? I go, why do you say it like that? He goes, well, look at you, guy. He goes, you can stand to lose a few pounds. And I was like, you're a son of a gun, doc. And he says, well, take care of yourself. I said, well, I'm trying to. He says, does diabetes run in your family? I was like, doc, that's the only thing that runs in my family. There is no running in my family. It's a lot of walking, standing, and sitting, but definitely no running. He says, well, get on a diet, Al. I said, well, what do you recommend, doc? He says, how about doing the keto? I said, doc, please tell me that's short for taquito, because that is a diet I can definitely get behind. I'm all about the taquito diet. Then the doctor looked at me and goes, no, Al, you do not want to do that diet. He says, you do that diet, you're not going to lose any fat, but you could lose a foot. And I looked at the doctor and I was like, doc, a pound's a pound. I'll take it where I can get it.
Oh.
By the way, folks, if you're into feet, I don't know if you have a kink like feet, but if you like feet, be careful when dating somebody with diabetes. Because one minute you're sucking on a toe, the next minute you're choking on one. Holy smokes. Gonna put this in the pickle jar next to the other one. 8 more to go, babe. 8 more to go. Hey, folks in the East Coast, enjoy the pickle bites if they serve them out there. Woo! This is fun. I am a Latino. I am a Latino American. I am a Mexican American. I do not speak Spanish. A lot of people get upset about that. Mostly Mexicans. I get more prejudice from Mexicans because I don't speak Spanish than I do any other culture. I get teased and they call me words like coco or pocho. If you don't know what coco means, it means coconut. They're basically saying that I'm white on the inside, brown on the inside. Sorry, brown on the outside, white on the inside. Which really sucked for my brother because he's gay, so they call him Cocoa Puffs. And that's no bueno. I learned how to speak English very well because my family sent me to a private school. My family, just like many of our families at some point, came to this country to give us the lives that they did not have. My father was no different. He sent me to a private school so that I can learn how to speak well. So for those of you who actually know what I look like, and there I am right there, that's my face. That is a very Mexican gentleman right there. I don't know if they can see that on the East Coast, but that is a Mexican face. That mustache right there speaks more Spanish than I do. Thank you. A lot of people look at me and then they hear the voice and they go, "What's that vato hooked on?" Phonics mostly. My father always used to tell me, he goes, "Alberto, mijo, oye, I want you to get a good education. I want you to study hard. I want you to get a good education so you never have to work with your hands, so that you work with your mind." Sound advice. But then my dad would always send us out to do yard work. And then I'd be in the backyard staring at the rake, staring at the lawn. Then my dad would come home later and he goes, "Alberto, mijo, what are you doing?" And I look at my father and I go, "I'm using my mind, papi." And then he'd use his belt on my mind. Like, if you old school people understand, the woke people are like, "No, we cannot let that slide." That's why we're so well adjusted. It's a whole different generation now. My father's a good human. He's one of those guys that loves to give advice. When he gives advice, he likes to throw in a sports analogy. I don't know what it is about American dads, but they love to throw sports analogies in their advice. My dad's a soccer fan. I don't know what kind of sports you all like out there, but if you like basketball, maybe you would say something to your kid like, "Hey, kid, life is like basketball. If you miss the basket, it's all about the rebound," right? That's some basketball advice. But because my father loved soccer, he would always throw in a soccer analogy. Like, just over the last few months, we saw the World Cup, right? My father calls me over to watch the match, and he goes, "Alberto, mijo, bien aquí, sit on my lap," which is really weird because I'm 40. So there I am. I'm sitting on his lap because this is my dad. And he's bouncing me on his knee. And then he looks at me and gets me in a chokehold and he goes, "Alberto, mijo, oye." He says, "I want you to be very successful in life. But in order to be successful, you got to do what I tell you. You got to work hard. You got to show up on time. You got to give 110%. I don't know why he sounds like Burgess Meredith from Rocky. And then my father said this next thing, which is the most important thing I ever heard of, and I want to share it tonight with everybody in real life and in VR. My father said, and I quote, he goes, "Alberto, mijo, the one thing above all things that you need to know in order to be successful in life is that you have to have the..." I swear to God, that's what he said. He says, "You have to have goals, mijo." Then he ran around the room. Then he tore off his shirt. Then he headbutted me. Then my mom came in the room, gave him a red card. Then my dad took away her green card. I'm totally kidding, people. I'm totally kidding. She's still illegal. You guys are wonderful.
Yay.
I love everybody in the world, especially my LGBT friends in San Francisco where I grew up. I have a lot of LGBT friends and family. As a matter of fact, I actually went out with a lesbian one time. Not bragging. Just turned out we were both so drunk with Thank you. Found out that the government has been listening in on our phone calls. My friend said, "Big Al, are you not upset that the government's listening in on your phone calls?" I was like, "Bro, I have cricket. I can barely listen in on my own phone calls. I got to call the FBI just to find out my missed calls. Can you hear me now?" I was watching C-SPAN the other night because I was drunk and I thought it was a bad episode of Law and Order. If you don't know what C-SPAN is, it's a political channel where you can watch your politicians argue about laws and bills and such. And the night I was watching, they were arguing about getting rid of the phrase act of terrorism and replacing it with the phrase man-made disaster. I took another shot and I was like, "Okay, Congress, I'll go with you on this. But let's be clear, everybody in the East Coast and out here in VR. If a man walks into a building and blows it up, we can all agree that that is an act of terrorism. But if a man walks into a building and craps his pants, that's a man-made disaster. That would be a whole different call to Homeland Security. What's that smell? The smell of terrorism. Now move on. Hey, thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience. My name is Big Al Gonzalez. You can look me up at www.bigalgonzalez.com, not to be confused with www.bygalgonzalez.com. Thank you very much. Good night.
Give it up for By Gal Gonzalez. Always great to see By Gal. All right, so now your next comedian, he has a Comedy Central half special that was produced by Kevin Hart. Please give a warm welcome to Jeffrey Horst.
Hey. Hey, we did it. We're practicing the intros for everybody. How are we, everybody? Oh, man, happy to be here. In my apartment. I don't know why I'm saying happy to be here. It's a habit of doing comedy like a normal person. In a happy relationship. I've been with my girlfriend for about 9 years now. We're doing a happy relationship. Sometimes our friends will go out of town and then they'll ask us to go house sitting. You guys familiar with house sitting? All right. For those of you not familiar, I'll explain it. You see, house sitting is when someone pays you have sex on everything they own.
Oh.
No idea why they pay you, really. My friend's like, I'll give you $50 to watch my house. I'm like, do you have a black light? He's like, no. I'm like, I'll do it. He comes back home. He's like, dude, did you feed my dog? I'm like, that was the thing that was it. I knew there was something I was missing. That was it. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm glad we got through the holiday season. My favorite holiday is Halloween. The only thing I don't like about Halloween though is we're still using candy corn, guys. I don't know why. Think we gotta just retire some candies. At some point, they've served their function, and we can move on. You know, like if you like candy corn, you can leave right now. Right? Turn off your headsets. Leave your hotel room. Leave, just drive in the middle of this, leave, whatever form of technology. It's called candy corn. You know what tastes better than candy corn? Corn, just corn. Just real corn. You took a vegetable, turned it into candy, and made it taste worse. How did you do that? I'm from Detroit, and one time I got asked to perform at a Detroit elementary school because schools, they love wasting money. And they were like, Jeff, do you want to do 20 minutes, 20 clean minutes for the kids? I'm like, I can do 20 clean minutes. Can't promise the kids are going to relate to me. You know, the kids. I can't keep a child's attention for 20 minutes. I'm not a phone or a sparkling object. I don't know what you want from me, but I can be clean for 20 minutes. So let's give it a shot. I opened up with the candy corn joke. And I said, if you like candy corn, you can leave right now. 400 third graders ran out of that auditorium. They ran through the parking lot. They ran in the street. All the teachers, parents, staff were looking at me terrified. They're like, why did you say such a thing? I'm like, this is my fault? You took 300 people to a comedy show and didn't teach them sarcasm. Why is this on me? What, is that fourth grade material? I'm not taking the blame for this. I don't know. As I'm getting older, I start to reflect on some classic commercials and infomercials that I grew up on. You guys remember the infomercial with the needy kids? You guys remember that? It always started the same way every time. I always start out with some kid in Africa at a stick. He's just playing in a mud puddle, right? Like he couldn't play tag for free, right? Like that's pretty weird. Like I know you. It's like don't pretend that the kid has no imagination because you're trying to use him to raise some money. You know what I mean? Find another way. The kid's not bored; he's poor. Let's settle the differences here. But whatever. I digress.
And then a random old white man walks in from the side of the screen. He's just like, for 10 cents a day, you can feed and clothe this child. Food and clothes. 10 cents a day. And I'm looking at this like, you know what? I got to do something. I have to do something. I have to start shopping smarter. 10 cents for food and clothes? Where the hell do you get those type of deals? I shop around, people. I don't see that anywhere. Then you hear parents complaining. What are all you parents talking about? Send the kids to college. We need to send our kids to college. Send these kids to Africa. It's only 10 cents to raise them. Shout out to all the white people in the audience that got uncomfortable because white boy said Africa too many times. Like, nothing racist was said, but just in case you were on edge. I like cartoons. I'm a big cartoon guy. I love watching the cartoons that I grew up watching as an adult, just to find out I never knew what that show was about the entire time. This happened to me watching Scooby-Doo. I'm going to tell you guys the truth behind that show. Scooby-Doo is a show that shows you how far white people go to snitch. They're solving mysteries nobody's paying you to solve. You're intervening with police business right now. That's illegal, you dumb kids. All you're doing is going on a tattle-tailing tour of the world. Like I told you, I'm from Detroit. Scooby-Doo would never work in Detroit. Just like, Jinkies, I know who robbed the liquor store. Damn, now you're dead, bitch. Do you understand? Watch the news the next day, like 5 Caucasians were found dead outside of a green van. Their body found next to a Great Dane. Back to you, Tom. Some of you right now are just like, I didn't even know that Scooby was a Great Dane. I just thought he was a Scooby. I never really thought about what breed he was, to be honest. During this pandemic, we've had a lot of free time in the last few years here. So I've learned some things that maybe I should have learned a lot sooner. I learned a lot about music. Like I learned that if you listen to heavy metal music backwards, you hear the devil, right? Ooh. Right? And here's another one. If you listen to country music backwards, you hear racism. I'm joking. You could just play it forward, actually. Rednecks aren't that subtle. I don't know. Anybody drinking tonight? Anybody drinking in real life or in VR? However you want to do it? Get some drinks on. Nobody will know how drunk you are with those glasses on.
I'll take a shot.
You'll take a shot? All right, do it. Do it in all of our honor. We'll just believe you. I like to drink. I like to hang out with my friends. Haven't hung out with in a long time, right? A whole bunch of, when I'm hanging out, a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of girls, we're all hanging out. And then one person wants to take a picture of the whole group, right? And that I think, cool, let's take a picture. You're my friends, let's take a picture. No, not according to one person in the friendship circle. Always one person who's like, don't take my picture. I don't look good in pictures. I don't know what it is. I just don't look good in pictures. You're ugly. Sorry to be the one to explain this to you. Let me tell you how a picture works. All right. You see a picture. Well, that's just an exact replica of what you look like. I don't look good in pictures. You don't look good in real life. A picture says 1,000 words, and ugly is every one of them, let me tell you. If you didn't laugh at that joke, don't worry about it. You'll get it. Oh, man. Anybody in here have kids? Clap if you guys have some kids. Yeah. Yeah, not them. Now clap if you don't have any kids. Yeah. Yeah, I heard them from Maryland. I heard them from that's how much joy. That's how much joy there is in not having kids. I don't know why people have kids. Side note, one of the main reasons I'm not having kids, Tooth Fairy. That's enough for me. You mean to tell me that I have to wake up in the middle of the night, spend my own money I have to spend my own money just so to reward my kid for doing something his body is supposed to do? What am I going to give him $20 because he wiped his butt? What's next? Where does this end? So I all you people without kids, you're doing it right. But it's crazy. You ever watch the news? And there's always just like whenever somebody gets kidnapped, it's a very traumatic thing, you know. I'm trying to put myself in these positions, you know. Just a man giving me a call is just like 10 cents a day. Oh man, that was the punchline of my joke, guys. It's really hard to do comedy in VR. I did the joke in the wrong order. There's no way of getting out of this one. You see, I'm just going to explain it. I'm going to explain the premise so you can understand why it's funny, and then I'm going to get out of here, and we're going to forget this ever happened. All right? Why would you steal a child? There's so many cooler things in life you could have stole. You could have stole a purse, cell phone, car. You're going to steal a responsibility? Why would you do that? You know why they do it, right? They do it for the in the movies, they do it for the ransom money. Yeah, good luck collecting ransom from me. Give me a call. If you want to see your son again, it'll be $100,000. It's only 10 cents a day to feed these kids. All right. Said the punch twice. I'm an idiot. Thank you guys for having a good time. Have a great night, everybody.
Yeah. Woo! Keep it going for Jeff Horst, everybody. Woo! All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, your next comedian, it's a pleasure for me to bring him on stage because this is his comedy club. He is the Render and Failed to Render. And many of you don't know this, Failed to Render is the Metaverse's favorite place to take your headset off. So if you ever want to just log out, you come here. There's a guy nodding off in the back. But ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Texas's own Kyle Render.
There's coming apart back there.
Thanks, Tommy. What the fuck was that? He is the Render. Now everybody go to sleep. What was that? Fuck you, Tommy. God damn it. Get your bot up here, Tommy. I want to show the real life our audience. Ladies and gentlemen, right here is the Tommy bot. Hey, Tommy bot, this is our club. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, Tommy.
These are real people too. Can you believe it? This one's called a Giggle Monster. Okay, that's Mr. Bob. Over here, we got a Puzzler and a Carp. We got an Elena, Talon, a passed out Avatar in the back. We got Cat and Grunch. Oh yeah. So thank you for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for having us. We're down to your last two comics, ladies and gentlemen. Down to your last two, maybe three if you're lucky. Whoa! How are you guys? My name is Kyle. Let's do this shit.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. It's true. During the pandemic, I saw a lot of my friends doing Zoom comedy. That's when they would show us their living room with their naked kids running around and they're like drinking a Bud Light. And it's just like, what are you guys doing? They're like doing comedy in front of that. I was like, yo, everyone's got to get inside of VR. And we've been doing this for 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. Please give us a round of applause. It's been crazy. We've had over 300 professional comics in here, over 100,000 hours of immersive content. I'm going to get into it. I was about to come out there. I wanted to be there in person. I was like, Tommy, I haven't done real life comedy in a while. What do I need to do out there? He's like, well, do you have your vaccine card? And I was like, I don't know where the fuck my vaccine card is. Okay, well, make sure you bring like 10 masks. I was like, are you kidding? What else do I need, Tommy? He's like, well, you need your mic condoms too. Mic condoms? What? So I have 5 vaccinations, 5 masks, 5 mic condoms. He's like, well, how dirty are your jokes? I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, you should bring a lot of mic condoms. I'm like, okay, fine, Tommy. I didn't go. I'm just sitting in my office getting drunk. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Anybody out there drinking in real life, make some noise for Tommy. Yeah, hell yeah. That's cool, man. I wonder how many outfits are out there. I know that Tommy has made a full Mandalorian outfit. I hope he's wearing it right now, ladies and gentlemen. If he's not, you're sorely missing out on the past 200 hours of that man's life. Give it up to Tommy Sinbazo, everybody, for making this happen. Thank you, Tommy. Love you.
Way to go, Tommy.
Every time I do comedy in real life nowadays, after doing this for 3 years as a cartoon, I feel just a little more avatarded. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little slow. I'm a little slower in real life, and I'm like so slow and avatarded that some people in the audience look at each other in real life and they're like, "Is that comedian lagging?" That's weird. Technology's moving fast, man. It's moving fast. You know, Planet Earth. You know the documentary Planet Earth. It's all about animals. Well, you know they're going to make another one in like 50 years, right? And it's just going to be about technology. Like, this is a refrigerator. This is a microwave. And this was a payphone. Then you see a guy walking down the street and he picks it up. Hello? Hey, it's Tommy. I'm in jail. Come get me. And why does Cardi B have to make everything so dirty? Why does Cardi B do this to everything that we touch? What is a WAP? Who wants to say it? Who wants to say it? Did anybody say it, Tommy?
Wet ass pussy.
I'm not going to say it on the hotel TVs, but you guys did it for me, okay? And no, it's not a WAP. It's not a WAP. That's a WAP. That's a wireless access point. That's what we're on right now, okay? Cardi B ruins everything that she touches. She does. Remember at the beginning of quarantine when the world was defunding the police? You remember this? They created an app called Citizen where you can be like, oh my God, 2 homeless people are fighting in the Dollar General parking lot. And then you take pictures and type about it in Citizen. I downloaded it and the first thing I saw was naked woman throwing poo from highway onto cars. I was like, yo, that's nuts. What are you talking about? The first comment said, somebody better call the police. This was supposed to save the world after we defunded the police. Was the police, apparently. The police. I found out there's so many versions of VR headsets now, guys. There's like 20 of them out there. And, you know, there's this one that was called Oculus Go. If anyone remembers this one, it just had one controller and all you could do was kind of like put your hand in the sky awkwardly like this. You didn't even have a left hand. It was really weird. And they sold them all to Walmart because they sucked, right? They were terrible headsets. But now all of Walmart employees are being trained to stock shelves with one arm. I thought that was really weird, right? It's like they get out of 2-week training from the Oculus Go and they're just like stacking things on the shelf and their friends are like, bro, why don't you use your other hand? Oh yeah, I guess I can. And then when they try to talk to customers, and, you know, an old lady walks up and, where's the toilet paper? Ma'am, I think you're lagging because I can't understand you right now. Like, come on. My Nintendo geeks at Nintendo geeks, come on, make some noise. Throw some emojis, clap hands in real life. Nintendo geeks, I know you're out there. Oh yeah, I went to a gas station and I have a Triforce wallet. It's a Zelda Triforce wallet, and the gas station attendant was like, "Oh, my friend, I love your wallet." I was like, "Oh, cool, man, hell yeah! Like, you play Zelda? Yeah. Oh, cool, you play Animal Crossing? Yeah." I'm like, "You have a Switch?" He says, "What?" And then he pulls out a knife. And he's like, "This is my Switch, brother." And I was like, whoa. If you want my wallet, you can just take my wallet. It has a Triforce on it. All right. I just heard about a new game released at CES this year. It's called Bus Simulator 2023. Whoa! The slogan was, your bus, your route, your time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm horny. I'll play that bus simulator, you know what I mean? Give it to me. Bus simulator. I was at my local GameStop. Found out they were actually closing down. I only knew this because the guy in front of me was talking to the employee behind the desk, and he said, "Oh man, where's my wife's boyfriend gonna buy my Funko Pops now?"
Oh.
I think the Funko Pops are the least of your worries, bro. Okay, I don't know. Kind of weird. Who remembers Grand Theft Auto Vice City? One of the best Grand Theft Autos ever made.
Oh yeah.
Ever made, Vice City. I remember going to a GameStop. I was like 14 years old. I went inside and I waited in line. And I got up to the desk, and this huge ginger guy was like, "Did you pre-order it?" I was like, "No, just give me a copy of Vice City." And he goes, "Come back later. They're all sold out." I was like, "What?" And people were laughing at me because I didn't pre-order Vice City. Got back in the car and I told my mom, and she was like, "Screw that guy. Let's go somewhere else and find it." Sure enough, we went to a Toys R Us. I just walked in. I grabbed a copy of Vice City. And my mom, she's such a badass. She was like, "You know what you should do? I'll drive you back to that GameStop and you can go inside and tell everybody you got Grand Theft Auto Vice City at the Toys R Us." I was like, "Hell yeah, Mom. Hell yeah. Go." And I sure went back in there, 14 years old, and held up my copy of Vice City. I was like, "Hey, everybody. Only $50 at the Toys R Us." And I chased away 20 people from that man's line. Oh yeah. Can you believe it? I did. He looked at me, he's like, "Get out of here, kid." And I was like, "Whatever, dude." Well, craziest thing. Like 4 years later, I was driving around and I saw him on the side of the road begging for money. Same guy. Manager from GameStop. I rolled down my window. He looked at me. He's like, "Can I get some change?" And I said, "You should have pre-ordered it, motherfucker." All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate you.
Keep it going for Big Daddy Render, everybody. I mean, keep it going. What a great impression of me he does. So realistic. Are you guys ready for your feature act this evening? Now, your feature act is actually here in person and is going to do comedy in real life and in VR. And he will realize it sucks as much as I know it sucks. I'm not facing the right direction again. I need like a fan that blows on me so I know which way I'm pointing. Right, me? All right. Are you guys ready? Ladies and gentlemen, your featured comedian is a radio personality, a local favorite, and a regular headliner at the DC Comedy Club. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shay Rose. Every rose has its thorn.
This is so weird. Is my microphone working?
No.
No? Are you lying?
Wait, is it?
Is my microphone? Can you hear me?
Can you turn my mic off? No.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
All right, can you hear me now? Everyone can hear me? All right, cool. This is super awkward. I feel like... Oh God, this is gonna be a shit show. All right, here we go. Are we good?
Right here. There you go. There you go.
All right, this is going great. Let me take off this mask. I feel like a burn victim. All right, no, this one goes here. Are we good? Are we good now? All right, this is going great, guys. All right, I'm trying to read the room here. Am I doing it right yet, guys? No, wait, hold on. Back your avatar up. Back my avatar up? All right. Oh, good. It's really important that I get in front of this imaginary microphone. Thank you for ridiculing me over a 3D model that does not matter. Thank you. All right. So I'm looking around here. I feel like I'm trying to read the room. I feel like the white people are under the impression that because I'm one of the last comics tonight, that I will be one of the best, while the 3 black people here know that I was just late, okay? So lower your expectations. Lower them. I don't need that. I'm late everywhere. I'm late so much. I'm late to school. I'm late to work. This is really embarrassing. During the quarantine, I was late for Zoom meetings. Anybody else late for Zoom meetings? Anybody else a piece of shit? Yeah, just me? It's so, like, all I had to do was click join the meeting and just not join the meeting, but I couldn't do it. The pull of Tiger King was too strong. All right, trying to use my little sneak hole to peek around. You two, LPD and guy who didn't have a costume. You look like a lovely couple. How'd you two meet? On WoW? Hey, isn't it strange how people who meet on Tinder just fucking lie about it? That's a weird social norm, right? That's a weird social norm. It's WoW, who cares? It's fine. It's actually a good thing that you didn't admit you met on Tinder, because if you meet two people and they actually admit they met on Tinder, they met on Craigslist, and that's disgusting, right? I used to be on all the dating apps. And then one day I had a conversation with a woman that was so crazy, I deleted all my dating apps forever. Can I tell you what she told me? This is what she said. She said, I'm not a prostitute, which was weird because I didn't ask her if she was a prostitute. I was like, you're lovely, we should grab coffee. She said, I'm not a prostitute, but if you help me with my bills, I will sleep with you. But I'm not a prostitute. No, not anymore. And I was like, 1, 2, 3. Was that a haiku? Was that a hooker haiku? I didn't ask for that. That's weird. Get your liberal arts degree out of here, you weirdo. All right, so let's tell a joke or something. So during the week, I'm a school teacher. I'm like an inner city school teacher. I wouldn't clap either, don't worry about that. It's an awful job. I teach in the hood, which is weird because I'm not really from the hood. I'm from like the medium hood. You know what the medium hood is? Like we had Bloods and Crips in AP Computer Science. It's the medium hood. The medium hood. It's the magical realm where street cred and college cred are equal. It's the medium hood. But I teach in the hood now. It's weird, man. I used to teach college too. I was technically a professor. But you know, I prefer teaching in the hood because like kids in the hood are hilarious. They're natural comedians. Like seriously, you ever been roasted by like a 15-year-old with no dad and fake Jordans? You will die. You will die. He will point out something you never thought about. You will kill yourself in like 2 weeks. All right. Let me give you a perfect example. Let me tell you something one of my students told me. All right. Now listen, this is not a joke that I wrote that I can take credit for as a comedian. This is a real thing that a high school junior said to me like 2 months ago. This is what he said. He said, hey, Mr. Rose, you look like you used to be gay, but you not no more. I said, what does that mean, dog? What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I would punch you in your half-developed pee-pee, boy. Why would you say that to me? I was hurt. I was like insulted. Like, yo, I would marry your mom just to change your bedtime, bro. Like, what are you doing, man? As a matter of fact, after I marry your mom, I'll be your teacher and your dad, and I still will help you with your homework, son. You hear me, dog? Yo, I think about it. Like, he said it to me 2 months ago, and I've been self-conscious ever since, y'all. I've been so self-conscious about it. I think about it every day, every outfit I wear, every song on my playlist. Like, I'm in bed with my girl, like, yo, am I doing my girl gaily? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? This man has destroyed me. He has destroyed me. It's a weird era to be a teacher because of cell phones. You know, my mother was a teacher. She taught for 40 years, but there's no cell phone, so at 4 o'clock, those kids were dead to her. You know, but it's weird now because of cell phones, the kids can always reach me. There's no boundaries, you know? Like, perfect example, the same kid, oh, this is going great. Hey, man, why don't you do VR comedy in real life? All right. It was a couple of weeks ago, the same kid calls me, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. So I was very concerned. Is something funny happening that's not me? I'm so confused again. All right, here, this is here, oh God. I hate everybody here, all right, everybody. Was this telling a joke? All right. Yeah, no, so the same kid calls me, 3 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. So I was very concerned, like, are you okay? Are you safe? Are the police involved? What's going on? He said, hey, Mr. Rose, hop on the PlayStation, we on Fortnite, nigga. I said, are you serious, dog? Are you serious? It's 3 in the morning, I'm in bed with my girl right now. Give me 10 minutes, okay? Give me 10 minutes, I will be there. I can't build battle, I'm 40, that's crazy, man. I like coming to MAGFest, I like going to conventions because I like being around nerds. It's a good time to be a nerd. You know, I'm 40, so I grew up when it was not cool to be a nerd. You know, like my parents were very accepting, but they treated it like the Underground Railroad. You know, like I told my dad, hey man, I want to watch anime and Star Wars. Hey, that's very fine, man, we support you, but don't tell nobody, okay? Don't tell nobody. All right, one old black nerd back there, he gets it. Tell you, man. I can't even see. I know it's an old black nerd right there. In the 90s, you took some ass whoopings to watch Deep Space Nine. I promise you, man. It was not as simple as turn on the UPN, okay? It was not that simple at all. I reached a weird point in my relationship. This is a weird point in my relationship, right? I recently went from loving my girl to like really loving my girl, right? I know you're thinking, what the hell does that mean? All right, here's the thing. Love does not mean what we think it means, right? Like when a guy, all right, ladies, here's the truth. When a guy says, I love you, first of all, it takes a guy to say I love you and mean it about 6 to 9 months, right? Anything before that, he's trying to get the back door. But like 6 to 9 months is an honest I love you. But when a guy says I love you, what it really means is, if you get pregnant, I won't be weird. That is all it means. That is all. It means nothing else beyond that. When a girl says I love you, it means fine. This is fine. I can do this. I'm not getting younger. But I get to this point where I really love my girl, right? And this is how you know when you really love your girl, guys. When you really love your girl, you're going to fantasize about her dying all the time. All the time. And the guys get it. The guys get it. The girls are like, what the hell? Okay, let me explain, right? Relationships are musical chairs, right? They're musical chairs. You find one, you lose one, you find one, you lose, not a big deal, right? But I got to the point in my relationship where I want to be with her. I would never do anything to mess this up, right? So for me to fantasize about another woman, she needs to get hit by a bus in my head first, and then I can proceed to fantasize about Mexican girls. That's how it works. That's where she died. She died like 3 times on stage right now. It happens all the time. I got engaged not too long ago. Yeah. You know what? And I did it before the pandemic, so like it counts. You know what I'm saying? Like it counts. Like if you got engaged during a pandemic, I don't believe in your relationship at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not really lovers. You're really like 2 war buddies. You didn't choose each other. You just went through some shit. Now you feel obligated. Now I proposed in peacetime. I meant it. Okay, I meant it with my heart. I got a weird message. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done before.
It's the light.
It's the lights?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. What's talking about? You, purple hair. Not you guys. You guys are weird. You, purple hair in VR. Where are you from? Ontario, Canada. All right, you're not real. I give you guys a little inside. This is a little inside baseball, right? Here's a little inside baseball, right? Whenever a comic asks the audience where they're from, what that really means is he can't remember his next joke because his edible just kicked in. That's what that really means. I don't care where y'all are from. It doesn't really matter. All right, let me lead on a weird joke. I wrote this joke when I was very high. It's okay, I'm a teacher. It's weird how, as you get older, like the balance of power between you and your girlfriend's parents changes dramatically. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in my teens and my 20s and met a girl's parents, I was very humble. Like how you doing, ma'am? Thanks for letting me take out your daughter, sir. It's very humble. I'm 40 now. My fiance is the same age as me. She doesn't have any kids, and she's the only child. So her parents are really nice to me now, because if they're not, I will end their fucking bloodline, right? I will end it. I can end the whole thing. You know how powerful I am right now? Yeah, every time I pull out, I feel like Thanos snapping his fingers. Like the whole timeline changes, and the Johnsons just fade away like all the black people at the end of Infinity War. All right. Thank you, MAGFest, and online. You guys have been a great crowd. Thanks so much.
Give it up for Chet. You did not just take your headset off while you're still on stage, did you? Move off the stage, man. Yes, look, you're right there.
Hold on. I can do this. I can do it. Oh, left control. Nope, not working.
You gotta put your headset on.
Gotta put my headset on. Gotta put my password in. Hold on. Hey, man, why don't you do comedy?
There you go. Okay. There you go. Give it up for Jay Rose, everybody. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to our final comedian of the evening, and it is one of my favorite acts that I have found in the Metaverse. Ladies and gentlemen, crawling from the flaming dumpster that is the Metaverse, give it up for the musical raccoon himself, Reznov! Reznov! What the fuck, dude? You can teleport.
I gotta put something down.
Our best act in the Metaverse, ladies and gentlemen.
What are you putting down? What do you got, Amazon packages? What are you putting down?
What are you putting down?
No, I found out like virtual desktop does hand tracking without me holding my controller. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this tonight like this. So
Hell yeah.
like even on PC. All right, yo, what's up? I'm Reznov. I make up songs on the spot. I do like you know, like I make all the sounds with my mouth and stuff. You know, yeah, I get a couple words from the audience, you know, 3 or 4 or 2 or 1 or however many. I keep seeing Tommy's mouth moving while I'm talking. So
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get you some words from the actual live audience. Do we have that remote mic?
Don't be racist, Tommy.
Okay. Give me 2. I need a word. Mandos, give me a word.
Audience.
Okay, miscellaneous. Give me another word. Best car. Miscellaneous. Best car.
Took down the stage blockers. Let's dance.
Miscellaneous best car. You know what best car is?
Best car?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
what
metal
best car is.
that Mandalorians make their armor out of. I mean, come on.
Oh,
You look like an idiot.
oh, Boost. Wait, is it Buskar or Buskar?
Best car. Buskar is a totally different thing.
Buscamos.
You can pay a
What is
Wookiee
it called?
50 credits for some Buskar.
Buskar. Damn, I can't remember how to say it correctly. Wait, say it one more time.
Miscellaneous best car.
Best car? Dang, I
Best
feel
car
like
is a
that ain't
made
right.
up metal in Star Wars.
Yeah, I know the metal. Yeah, he got his
Okay,
shoulder made
okay.
out of it. Yeah.
You want another word?
Okay.
You want a third word?
Yeah. Let's get one more word.
Okay, one more word. Death Star.
Death Star. Okay.
Death Star. There's a lot of geeks in here.
Okay. All right. Miscellaneous best car. Death Star. Okay.
What? Hold up.
Oh yeah, perhaps, oh maybe. Hey there, Mandalorian, what you trying to do? Trying to get something to toughen up your suit. Well, come here to my store in the Death Star. Here in the Death Star, I got a lot of best car. Yeah, my store, yeah, we get it all the time. Get a lot of people, yeah, we commit a lot of crimes. You can get whatever, yeah, our store don't got no specific subject that we sell, we just sell everything. It's a miscellaneous section. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your yeah. That's not all we got. If you looking back, you gon' find out we got a whole lot more. Ain't just best car, it's this other kind of metal that I don't even think is in Star Wars lore. Yeah, we got heavy metal. Pay it in the back. You can listen to it, bang your head and never go back. We got heavy metals, but we know what you're here for. You just wanna get yourself some mother freaking best car. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your best car here on the Death Star. You can get your you wanna sold it up, 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 You can get your
All right, I'm gonna mix words. Reality VR. Barry, give me a word.
Sparkles.
Sparkles. Okay. Over here, Fard. Give me a word.
Yeah.
Speech. And then we'll go back over. Banana. Okay. Sparkle. Speech. Banana.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Let me guess.
That was it.
That's a ladder over there that I put my water on. Okay. That's useless information. Oh, okay. All right. I'm just kidding. Okay. I got my shit all messed up right now. Oh, I corrected it.
Banana, what was the other word? I forgot the one it was. There was speech and banana. What was the other word? Yeah.
Sparkle.
Sparkle. I got it. Hey, Reginald, it's time to do your speech. Get your ass to the front of the class. All right, Mr. Teacher, I must tell you all about bananas and how they sparkle all the time. Let me get in front and I'm gonna tell you how bananas over time they get real ripe. And then you see the sugar crystal, you see the sugar crystal, and it shines with a light. And there's about 6 of them above me, if you can see. It's like there were 4 lights, but that's not the place that we're in right now. Yeah. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Oh, this is how you make a banana. I'ma tell you what I don't like. Don't like it when my banana ain't ripe. wanna let it sit on the table for a really long time. And when it gets all sugary and the sparkles start to show, that's when I know that when I eat it, it'll be so good, I'ma eat it whole. Oh, I like bananas when they start to get the freckles. If I eat it, I'ma be like that one is good. I can see the freckle and I feel it, and it feels so easily because it's so bright. And I'ma eat it, and it's gonna be good tonight. Oh, this is how you make a banana sparkle. This is how you make a banana sparkle. Yeah, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Yeah, this is how you make a banana sparkle. Yeah, this is how you make a banana sparkle.
All right. Okay, now, one last song. You guys want?
All right, I'm going to give you your first word is MAGFest. MAGFest, okay, where we are. All right, give me one word. Give me a word, Jeff. Give me a word. Splendid. There's a guy over here named Jeff. You can't see him. I'm not crazy. Jeff said splendid, so MAGFest, splendid. That's not a nerd word, you piece of... someone else give me a nerd word. What? And Danny DeVito.
MAGFest, blended, Danny DeVito. Can't be any simpler.
Okay. MAGFest, splendid, Danny DeVito. Hold up, I got like Mary laughing in the track. Hold on a second.
Wouldn't be the first time.
That be la boo blue. There we go. There. All right. Sorry. There we go.
wanted to be around a lot of people like me. We're all into the same thing, playing Smash Brothers, making people in VR have to sing about Star Wars and Beskar. Oh, I didn't expect the guy next to me in his faded black tee with the salt stains in the sweaty armpits would smell so delicious and good. Oh, I didn't know that because these people are so great. Here when they look like they stink, they actually smell real splendid. So splendid.
Well, I didn't know the guy that looked like a tall Danny DeVito would be so good at smash. Didn't know he kicked my ass, no. I swear, when he was done, he wasn't even cool like Danny DeVito. No, the guy was really such an asshole, yeah. Oh, and he just bullied me like I always been, even though he's nerdier than me. But it turned out that he was just playing around, and I didn't catch it because I was a little slow. And now we're cool and we're all bros, having a good time here at MAGFest. So splendid, MAGFest so sweet. MAGFest so splendid, MAGFest so sweet. Oh, MAGFest so splendid, MAGFest so sweet. Oh, MAGFest so splendid, MAGFest so sweet. Oh, hey, I saw how you were playing Smash. Oh, that was so
Good. You did a real good job playing Smash. I almost went in a bad direction here. I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. All right, we'll go back to the chorus instead. All right, here we go. Yeah.
MAGFest so splendid, MAGFest so sweet. Oh, MAGFest so splendid.
Get up there, get up there, get up there.
Oh, no.
Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for
We are Failed to Render. You can find us on AltSpace, Verizon Worlds, Chat VR, which is like a fever dream, where Pickle wearing a bathing suit will tell you dick jokes. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for coming. Thanks for supporting us. Give it up for everybody that also works at the club. Thank you all, and good night.